back to my Christmas special, everybody, with another Nintendo Wii U game. This time around, we're playing Jeopardy. Let's see how it goes. Alright.
This is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. Suffixes. Name the novel. First names. Elementary. Meet the Robinsons. And which century? Player 1, make us. The Bible tells us of this element being beaten into plates, cut into wires, and worked into the clothing worn by Aaron. Let's hear it, Player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else? Here's the response we were looking for. Gold. Player 1. P-U. But this element, 238, doesn't stink. It powers pacemakers. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's correct. Good. Back on the plus side. Player 1. I know Bernard Courtois discovered this element in 1811. Player 1. That's right. Way to go. The Kennedy Space Center has used this gas, atomic number 54, in high-intensity lights for night landings. Yes, Player 1? No. Sorry. Any other takers? Yes, Player 2. Good. Player 2, you're in command of the board as we continue, right? 1937. I have chosen Mr. Baggins, and that ought to be enough for all of you. Yes, Player 1? No. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's the correct response. The Hobbit. You get to pick again, Player 2. 1813. Happy for all her maternal feelings was the day Mrs. Bennet got rid of her two most deserving daughters. Okay, Player 1. Yeah! Correct. On the plus side again. Player 1932. In the 4,000 rooms of the center, the 4,000 electric clocks simultaneously struck 4. Yes, Player 1? Right you are.
Yeah! Woo!
Please. It's the Daily Double. Here is your clue. 1902. The horror. The horror. That puts you even further ahead. Player 1961. Once upon a time, there was a Martian named Valentine Michael Smith. Let's hear it, player one. No. Any other takers? Here's what we were looking for. Stranger in a strange land. Player one. This ductile, non-radioactive element has an atomic weight of 26.98. Let's hear it, player one. Good. Player one. Pick again. Wild Bill Hickok's real first name was James. This was Buffalo Bill Cody's. It's player one. Good. Player Jennifer one is a form of this other first name made famous by King Arthur's wife. Okay, player one. Right. This first name, like that of the guy who married Medea, is from a Greek word for healer. Okay, player one. That's correct. Yeah! Woo! Player one. This first name of Miss Marple's creator comes from a word that means good. Player one. Right. As a verb, this first name means to send mail free of charge. Yes, player one? That's it. Select again. We love this suffix that means lover of, as in audio or Anglo. Player one? Right you are. Selecting. In 1947, he shattered baseball's color line. Okay, player one. Yeah! Hey, you're right. Like a famous mister of song, it was the nickname of tap dancer Bill Robinson. It's player one. Correct. This Motown legend co-wrote My Girl and Tears of a Clown. It's player one. Good for you. In 1951, he defeated Jake LaMotta to become middleweight boxing champ. Okay, player one. Yeah! Emmanuel Goldenberg was the real name of the Robinson who used this first name on the stage. Let's hear it, player one. Correct. Yeah! Woo! Select again. Silly rabbit. This suffix isn't for kids. It was used for female equivalents, for women aviators. Okay, player one. Correct. Player this one. Suffix, as with ACR or SYN, is from the Greek for name. Let's hear it, player one. That is correct. Player one. The suffix -ose, O-S-E, is used to form the names of these, as in glucose and sucrose. Player one. Right. Yeah. Woo. A three-letter suffix that forms the present participle of a verb, or before direct, an online banking group. It's player one. Yes. You get to pick. Columbus reached South America for the first time. Player one. That's correct. John Smith came to Virginia to help found the Jamestown colony? Okay, player one. Correct. Let's go over to Jimmy.
Andrew Meikle invented the first threshing machine in this century.
Let's hear it, player one. No, sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Okay, player two. That is correct. Player two, you start. The last emperor of China was forced to abdicate at the age of 6. Okay, player one. That's right, way to go. And the last clue for $1,000. The Magna Carta was signed, establishing a standard for the rule of law. Yes, player one? Yes. Okay, we have player three in third place, which means that player three will go first in the Double Jeopardy round. Let's see what happens in Double Jeopardy with these categories awaiting the players. From page to screen. Very, very good. South Korea. College football coaching legends. Animals. And colleges and universities. Where do we begin, player three? The trustees of the College of California bought 160 acres of land north of Oakland and named the site this in 1866. It's player one. Good. This Tulsa college was founded by and named for an evangelist, later the school's chancellor. Okay, player one. Hey, you're right. Excellent. The first of the two daily doubles. You are in, and the daily double clue. Founded as a Methodist college in 1838, it moved to Durham, North Carolina in 1892. You have maintained your lead. Way to go. Player Here's one. Jimmy with the clue.
The modern sport of bungee jumping got off the ground in 1979 when this school's dangerous sports club jumped off a bridge in Bristol, England.
Okay, player one. Right. The athletic teams of this Massachusetts college are nicknamed the Lord Jeffs. Let's hear it, player one. Ooh, sorry. That's incorrect. Anyone else? Let's hear it, player two. You are correct. Where do we begin, player two? Woody Hayes, 1951 to 1978. Let's hear it, player one. Right. Player one. Bo Schembechler, 1969 to 1989. Yes, player one. No, that's not right. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Okay, player three. Ooh, sorry. That's incorrect. Any other takers? Yes, player two. Yes. Player two. You're in command of the board as we continue, right? Tom Osborne, 1973, 1997. Okay, player one. Nope. Any other takers? Here's the correct response. Nebraska. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. Bobby Bowden, 1976 to 2009. Yes, player 1? Good. Vince Dooley, 1964 to 1988. Okay, player 1? Right. Player 1? The striped species of this mammal is identifiable by the 2 white stripes down its back forming a V. Player 1? That's correct. The Cape species of this bovine of southern Africa is extremely dangerous to man and has never been domesticated. Okay, player 1? No. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Player 3? Ah, good. You're out of the hole. Player 3, you start. And here's Kelly.
The cuddly koala feeds almost exclusively on the leaves of this tree of the myrtle family.
Okay, player 1. Correct. Player 1. On the Galapagos Islands, the marine type of this lizard feeds on algae that it gathers off rocks at low tide. Okay, player 1. Good for you. This small Andean rodent is prized for its fur, which can be gray with a deep blue underfur. It's player 1. Yep. Player 1. Dawes Butler voiced this animated TV hound. Let's hear it, player 1. Right you are. Player 1. These are forever in a top 10 hit from 1967. It's player 1. That's it. Pro boxers have been battling under this Marcus's rules since the late 1800s. Player 1? Right. Tidal Avenue in Theodore Geisel's first book. Player 1? Good. Inept policeman in Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing. It's player 1. That's right. Way to go. Select again.
Call from Jacksonville FM.
69 years apart, Lillian Gish and Demi Moore got an A for effort for starring in films based on this classic novel. Okay, player 1. Right. The film A&P is based on a story by this Rabbit Run author. Let's hear it, player 1. You are correct. Oh, Rochester, William Hurt was in the 1996 version of this oft-filmed Bronte classic. Let's hear it, player 1. Sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the response we were looking for. Jane Eyre. Player 1. Marilyn Monroe longed to play Grushenka in the 1958 film of this Dostoevsky saga, but Maria Schell got the part. It's player 1. That is correct. Fitzgerald didn't finish this novel, So screenwriter Harold Pinter had to come up with an ending for the 1976 film. Player one? Good. You get to... With more than 10 million people, it's the largest city in South Korea. Okay, player one? That's right, way to go. The 12th century book Samguk Sagi recounts the time when this religion came to Korea from India. It's player one. That is correct. Answer? The second daily double. You are in. Here is your clue. At the 2008 Summer Olympics, South Korea's Cha Dong-min won the heavyweight gold medal in this national sport. You have maintained your lead. Way to go. Player this one. Medicinal herb of the genus Panax is native to Korea. Player one? Yeah, good. And the $2,000 clue? MacArthur thought the battle for this port would end the Korean War. Didn't work out that way. Let's hear it, player one. That is correct. Sorry, player three. Your score is not on the positive side, so you will not be joining us for Final Jeopardy. Consider your wagers carefully as you think on this category. U.S. politics. What are you going to wager? Let's take a look at the last clue. Since 1960, only Massachusetts and this state have produced more than one of the 10 Democratic presidential nominees. Did you come up with the correct response?
Minnesota.
And this correct response will add how much to your score? What did you put as your response? And this correct response will add how much to your score? Congratulations, player one. You are our new champion. So long, everybody.